Hey guys, it's Angel, and this week here on That's So Chic, the theme is bucket list week. So I'm going to talk to you guys all about one of my amazing bucket list experiences. So basically what I'm going to be talking about is when I went on exchange to Japan, which was one of the most amazing opportunities I have ever had in my life, and I would not give up those memories for anything. So I basically went on a 3-month exchange to my high school's sister school in Japan called Sakuragoka High School. The city I went on exchange to is called Toyahashi, and it is in Aichi-ken. It is about an hour out of Nagoya, which is like the biggest city in Aichi, and it has a population of about 383,000. That was absolutely insane to me because I come from a city in New Zealand called Dunedin, which has a population of about 120,000. So going from 120 to 383 was a big change for me, especially considering that I had only left New Zealand once, and that was also to visit Japan and to visit like the big major cities like Kyoto and Tokyo, and also Toyohashi. So it was a huge change for me, and I was so freaking excited. So as I've said, I was there for about 3 months, and I went with 3 other students from my school, one of which was in my year and 2 were in the year above, and I was the only female. While I was in Japan, I stayed with a host family, and I absolutely loved the fact that I got to live with a host family because it meant that I got to have more of an authentic Japanese experience. You get fully immersed and you have to speak Japanese every day. And this was 2 years ago, so I'd been studying Japanese probably for about 4 years by then, and I would say my Japanese was pretty good. I'm still studying Japanese at the moment. I'm studying university 2nd year level, and I absolutely love it. It is such a cool thing to be able to converse in another language, and I think that if you ever get the chance, you should definitely take the opportunity to learn another language because it is such a cool skill to have. Just so you know, I'm not lying. 私は日本語を話すことができます。2010 what year was it? 2013? 2013年に私は3ヶ月ぐらい日本で留学しました。とても楽しかったです。During the 3 months I was in Japan, I got to have so many amazing experiences. We went to school there at our sister school, so we were in classes, which of course I didn't understand very much in the classes. The teachers talked very fast and about stuff that I knew nothing about. But it was just cool to be able to experience a different country's education system, even though I sat in the classes doing my New Zealand work. So I went during my 2nd year of high school, so I mostly just sat in their classes and I did my work for home. A lot of the work that I did though was my Japanese work because I wanted to be able to use the Japanese language as much as physically possible, and I certainly tried my best. Whilst in Japan, I got to do so many cool things. We did like class trips, and a couple of the people who I went over there with and one of their host brothers and my host sister, we all went on like an overnight bus trip to Tokyo, and we went to Disneyland, and it was absolutely amazing. It was my 2nd time going to Tokyo Disneyland, but it was just as magical as the first, and it is one of those experiences that I will absolutely never forget. It was just magical. If any of you ever get the chance to go to Japan, you most definitely should, and I strongly recommend visiting like the major centres like Osaka, Kyoto and Tokyo, and even Toyohashi is pretty friggin' fantastic. One of my favourite trips we took while we were there was a trip to Nagashima Spa-land, which is basically a big amusement park, and coming from New Zealand, our biggest amusement park is Rainbow's End, which is in Auckland, which I've never actually been to, so this was my first proper experience of an amusement park, and I was terrified. So basically a few days before we were due to leave, it might have been like 1 or 2 days before we were due to leave, my host family and another person who was on the trip's host family, our host families were quite close, so we're really good friends, they decided it would be a good idea for us to go to the pool. Safe to say, I've never been so sunburnt in my life. I was sitting on the plane back to New Zealand, economy class, with the most sunburnt shoulders you've ever seen. Safe to say it hurt like a bitch for days. Okay guys, so that's it for my video this week. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below what one of your bucket list experiences that you've had the opportunity to do is. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified of when the other girls' bucket list videos go up. I guess that's all I have to say this week. Yeah? Okay. Okay. Bye! Which is basically you write, shoot, cut, and hand in a short film all within 48 hours.